There is an exodus going on with my beloved 49ers. It's called Cap Hell.
Oh
But I'm not
boy.
afraid. I'll
So far,
explain
anyway.
why. No, I'm not afraid at all. I've loved this team for too many years and I've seen too many smart moves. I've seen superstars come and go. Save all that for Snowman's Take to open the show. Now push the button. Let's go.
Let's do this thing. Oh, where'd it go? Damn it! This truck screwed me up. Got it.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning. Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's go.
Let's cook, baby. Good morning. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. And of course, this first hour is powered by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. The Snowman's here along with the big dog and all of our rowdy friends in the Fanatics feedback zone. Thank you for tuning in the region, across the nation, and around the world, wherever you may be tuning in and however you may be tuning in. I want to welcome those of you also listening to us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and also to those of you listening live on WJKS out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and our newest station in Snowman Multimedia Land, which is WSMM, based out of my hometown of Chicago. Dog, how you doing this morning?
Man, it's Tuesday. I'm ready to get this party locked and loaded. And man, free agency has been crazy this year with the NFL.
Free agency has been nuts. Okay, we will touch on that. The Warriors keep rolling.
Hey, as you said, don't look now, man. And as I put in the title, the playoff picture is getting murkier in the NBA.
You know, let's start there. Let's start on the left coast. Let's start in the Bay.
Okay.
Don't look now, but the Warriors are rolling. I know we spent some time on this yesterday, but need to spend more time on it today because as you said, the NBA picture looks even murkier now, especially given the fact that the Warriors have made up 2 games in the Pacific Division.
Yeah, they're only 3 back of Houston in the 5 seed, but they could potentially, the way things are shaping up, jump all the way up to the 2 because they're only 5 back of the Nuggets with under a dozen and a half left.
And we see the Nuggets, I believe, twice more.
Twice.
We see them twice more in the final 17 games. We got one big one with the Lakers coming up.
You see every single one of these teams ahead of you at least once in the next 17.
In the next 17 games, the Warriors have a chance to leapfrog just about everybody. Only team we can't leapfrog is Oklahoma City because they're playing dynamite. They got the 1 seed locked and loaded.
Yeah, you guys got the Nuggets on the 17th. You've got the Grizzlies on the 1st. You've got the Lakers on the 3rd. The Nuggets again on the 4th. The Rockets on the 6th.
Whew. Those are 5 huge games. Those are 5 huge games against Western Conference contenders. And as I said, don't look now. Golden State, 8 games above 500. Right? 9 games above 500 now. I beg your pardon. 37
9 above.
They're 9 above 500. It wasn't long ago they were 4 games below 500, and then Jimmy Butler happened. And Jimmy was triple-double last night. 15, 10, and 10, if my numbers are correct.
It wasn't long ago that the Warriors were looking at being in the play-in round.
Yes. Yes. They were even out of the playoff of the play-in round.
Yeah. Yeah, confirming Butler went 15, 10, and 10. Steph went 24, 2, and 3. Moses Moody with 20. Gary Payton II with 26. Your boy Buddy Hield with 22 and 7. Bench production has been huge for Golden State this year.
Especially with Podziemski being out with a knee injury. Jonathan Kuminga is on his way back. And wouldn't it be fitting for the Warriors to get both Podziemski and Kuminga back for the stretch run when they have a chance not only to steal a top 4, but to also, and I don't know how this is going to play out with the Lakers playing that the way they are right now, although they lost to Brooklyn last night, 111 to 108. All I can keep preaching is don't look now. Don't look now.
And I'm going to say this. If I was Cleveland here on the East Coast, I'd be checking my rearview mirror a little bit because there's a green hooded hot rod coming up right behind them.
The defending world champion Celtics are starting to get back on a roll.
And they're only 7.5 back.
I will keep my prediction of my world championship series until I'm shown different. When the season started and Golden State roared out of the gates at 12-3, and this is after a dogfight we had in the Garden, I immediately said Warriors, Celtics for the NBA title.
Yeah, we both did.
We did. We did. Right after that game in Boston where the Warriors won, I believe, 118-113. 118-113 was that final. Even though the Celtics came to the Bay and blew us out, and the Warriors were in disarray at the time, I won't be the last to say it, okay? The Warriors were in such disarray for a good 2.5 months. Bringing Jimmy Butler in has stabilized them. They've gotten their attitude back. They've gotten their swagger back. And I'll say it again, and don't look now, but here they come.
Yeah.
Here they come.
It was 118-112 back on November.
118-112. Thank you.
Yeah, Curry ended up dropping 27 in the win, but again, the biggest story, bench production.
Buddy Hield especially. Hield has been a huge addition. Hield has been a huge addition for the Warriors. So has Jimmy Butler, as we talked about. Pajemski's been great. Moses Moody, since he's been inserted into the starting lineup, has been dynamite.
He definitely has. And I'm looking over. Let's get realistic. The 2 seed isn't that far out of the realm, but you guys are looking probably at a 3, which means leapfrogging Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the Lakers' final stretch, I'm looking at the next handful. They've got 2 of them against the Bucks, 2 against the Nuggets, and then they got a battle with Phoenix and San Antonio.
And remember, at this moment, they say 1 to 2 weeks. At this moment, they're minus LeBron. As much as we rag on him, he's a big piece of that puzzle. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, they fell to Brooklyn last night, 111-106.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what, game 2 that they – no, that's game 1 they didn't have LeBron. You're looking at 1-2 weeks. That's going to put him out till roughly – what, the 24th, 25th, something like that. So they may not see him again until either they're on the road in Orlando or they're in Indianapolis.
Now I'm tempted to do that game just because.
I mean, they could end up keeping LeBron out till the end of the month when they end up facing Houston.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's the case, these next 9 games are going to be huge for Los Angeles.
Yeah. Yeah. Now is where you begin to either see or not see the addition value of Luka to that Lakers roster. Because they held a double-digit lead last night. If people want to say it about the Warriors, I'll say it about the Lakers. They held a double-digit lead last night, yet they let Brooklyn come back and steal that game.
Yeah, they were up 12 after 1, and then Brooklyn just basically put a curb stomp on them.
Mm-hmm.
They shut them down in the second and then basically went into cruise control mode.
Crazy.
And the thing is, Luka went off for a triple-double. He went 22, 12, and 12.
Mm-hmm.
You had Gabe Vincent with 24, Dalton Connect with 19, Austin Reeves went 17 with 10 dimes, and Jordan Goodwin went off for 17 in 24 minutes. But the problem is, you're not getting your production. And here's the thing, their centers have been their problem this year.
Yes.
Los Angeles has absolute jack in the 5 spot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their starting center, Alex Len, 0 points, 2 boards, 2 dimes in 13 minutes. Everything else got rotated.
Look out. And it's going to be a tough stretch for the Lakers coming up. It's going to be a tough stretch for them. Scary.
It is. And the fact of the matter is that, this is going to be a full-blown telltale for what's going to happen with the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because right now you're looking at, what is it usually? I'm thinking 3-4. Lakers-Grizzlies could be a matchup.
Yep.
And
the Grizzlies are starting to come on.
Yeah, the Grizzlies are 1 down in the loss column to Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only thing separating LA from being in the 4 hole.
And you got to remember, you got to remember, like Dog pointed out just a moment ago, the Warriors see everybody in front of them.
Yeah, they've got 2 with Denver, 1 with LA, 1 with the Grizz, and 1 with the Rockets. All of that mixed in. They've also got Milwaukee coming into town. They've got Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Miami. They've got New Orleans. They've even got the Clippers to wrap the season up.
And right now they're in the midst of a 6-game homestand. They're in the midst of 6 in a row at home. They've won the first one, which was Saturday against Detroit. They won last night with Portland. They don't play again until Thursday, so they get 2 full days to get their legs back.
They're in the middle of a 7-game. They wrap it up with
7.
Toronto in March,
Okay.
March 20th.
Okay, 7-game homestand. Thank you. See, this is why you're one of the people that does live research while we're on air here.
That's because I always have the tab up, dude. If I know what we're doing, then hey, I got it right in front of me.
Eventually, our team is going to grow within the next year where we will have people feeding us information and we don't have to look it up and do live research, because live research will be being done for us. But we'll get to that point. But back to business. NBA, in case you don't know, you have a problem.
Hmm?
The NBA has a huge problem. A Warrior problem.
And I'm going to tell you right now, these next 5 for Golden State are going to be massive.
If they're able to run the table on this homestand, and I'll have you look at that homestand. Matter of fact, look at the homestand.
I've got it right, and I've got it right dead square in front of me.
Go ahead.
Coming up on Thursday, they've got the Kings. Saturday, they've got the Knicks at 8:30, which tells me that's a national game.
It is.
They got the Nuggets on the 17th at 10 o'clock. They've got the Bucks on the 18th, and then they got the Raptors on the 20th to wrap up the stand.
The Knicks, Milwaukee, and Denver are going to give the Warriors issues at home. I mean, they're going to give them issues, period. Even though the Warriors have already beaten the Bucks. They beat them right after the Jimmy Butler trade when Steph dropped 38 in Milwaukee.
125, 111.
The Nuggets have been our bugaboo, period.
Yep.
But I want to see how the Nuggets react with the addition of Jimmy Butler and the possible return of Jonathan Kuminga. The Warriors are not playing with a full squad. And yet, during this stretch, they're 9 games above 500. They've made up 2 games in the Pacific Division. They are simply rolling right now. And you can honestly say, dog, that Jimmy Butler is the main reason they're on this hot streak right now.
Easily. I mean, once Butler came in, it was a wrap for everybody, because he's giving you that dynamic inside-outside presence, and he just lets Steph be Steph.
That right there. That inside-outside presence, allowing Steph to just be Steph. And oh, by the way, all you Stephen Curry haters, how many? You got the box score in front of you. How many did he hit last night?
Let's take a look. In the 130 to 120 win, Steph Curry went off for 24 points. Dealing with overall, the Warriors went 21 of 41 from deep.
How many did Steph hit? I have a reason.
Let me take a look here just to actually get that stat line up. As we're doing up the full-blown live research this game.
Yes.
Let's see. I'm trying to figure it out. They've only got the percentages up. He was 100% from the line. He was 43% from field goal range, 45.5 from 3. So he hit, looks like, as I'm still trying to get all this here. Thank you very much, Google, for screwing me up.
Dog, you've been on the air with me all 11 years. This show's been alive. How many times have we had to say that?
Too many.
LaCole Smith in the Fanatics Feedback Zone joining us from Nowlands. I hope I got that right. Good morning, LaCole. Thanks for having us. Thanks for being with us. Sig Diggy from Norway and Victor Locke from Chicago. I think he's in the office this week. Go ahead.
I was about to say, apparently we're also getting ready to hit a milestone, because Steph Curry apparently is only 2 3-pointers away from 4,000 on his career.
4,000. It took the longest to get his first 1,000.
Yeah.
It took the longest stretch, 6.5 years, to get his first 1,000. After that, every other milestone has been done within 3 years. Think about that, folks. Every other 3-point milestone that Steph has hit, including the one that broke the record of Ray Allen, has been reached. We're talking about 2,000, 3,000, and now 4,000 has been reached within 3 years of each other.
Steph, I finally got it. Steph was 5 of 4-11 from deep.
Which means Thursday against the Kings, he's going to hit 4,000 threes.
I'll tell you the crazy thing is, and I've just actually noticed this. Steph has been more well-rounded this year than most of the years.
Yep.
On average, 24.5 points per game, 6 assists, 4.5 rebounds.
And now he's got the help he has been looking for. See, here's the difference between Steph and another certain superstar. Steph doesn't beg for help. The team and the management recognize it.
Again,
get it.
Look at the help he got last night. Moses Moody with 20, Gary Payton II with 26, Buddy Hield with 20.
Bench production. You said it all. When the Warriors were going through their slump, you said it. Bench production is going to be key for them to get back in the race. You said that when they dropped to the 11 spot.
Yeah.
You said it. Victor confirmed it. And like 40 other people after we did that show confirmed it. The bench production is going to be huge. The return of Kuminga is going to be even bigger. You know, they didn't have Pajemski last night, their other sharpshooter. But this is a Warrior team that is getting their act together. And I said on this show after Christmas, after we came back from the Christmas break, I said, do not be surprised when the Warriors get their act together. And everybody called me crazy.
Well, their act has gotten together.
And they're still getting it together. That's the scary part.
Again, the fact is they have gone from being out of the playoff run to possibly knocking down the 2 seed.
Frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what's scary right now. I mean, the Lakers are on a 2-game skid. Everyone else in front of them has won. Let's see, the Grizzlies and Rockets have won 3 straight. The Nuggets won last night.
Yep.
The only other team that is on a consistent win streak, as long as the Warriors have been, Minnesota. And Minnesota's only one behind the Warriors in the loss column.
Got to keep winning. This just shows you how tough the Western Conference is. Got to keep winning. Oh, and y'all better keep your end of the bargain. The Celtics better keep their end of the bargain.
I got a feeling we will.
Good. Because I don't want to hear anybody from Cleveland climb down our throats.
I've got a feeling we'll keep it because I'm the only couple of games that we've got coming up that semi even remotely worry me. We got Oklahoma coming into town tomorrow.
Right.
And then possibly the Grizzlies at the end of the month. And, of course, you got the Knicks we're on the road for in April.
Yeah.
Other than that, we've got ourselves this is how powder puff our finish is. Our last 2 games are at home against Charlotte. Sorry, Jay.
Yipe.
If we can pick up both of those games, we are going to have a shot at the conference.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Let's take a break. When you all get back, we're going to talk a little more basketball. And then later on, the Exodus from San Francisco. This is Snowman in the Morning. We're back in a flash.
This morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right. Excuse me. All right. Back to business. And this free agency period is crazy.
It really is.
So new league season doesn't start until tomorrow, but a lot of these deals, let's do this. Let's do this by division. We're going to start with yours with the AFC East. And look at the Buffalo Bills. They signed Josh Allen to a 6-year deal worth $330. Josh Palmer, formerly of the Chargers, 3 years, 36 with 18 million guaranteed. They re-signed Khalil Shakir. That was the big receiver name we couldn't think of yesterday. 4-year extension worth 60.2 million and worth every penny of it. Michael Heck, edge rusher, agreed to a 3-year deal worth up to 24. Greg Rousseau signed a 4-year, $80 million extension, which includes 54 million guaranteed at signing. And then on the defense, continuing on the defensive side, Terrell Bernard and Reed Ferguson signed deals with the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Buffalo's stacking up.
Early returns, they're not playing around. But we won't know. And, let me say this about all the free agency signings. It may look good on paper. All right?
It's just a matter of how it plays out on the field.
Yes.
I mean, anything can look good on paper, but it don't matter when you're on the green.
That is when you will see everybody's fruits of their labor from the offices down to the players.
Yeah, it's a matter of the chemistry that you bring in with the team.
And I'll give you a perfect example. The Exodus in San Francisco.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
Moody Ward, cut. Kyle Juszczyk, cut. Deebo Samuel, traded to Washington.
Aaron, you got your free agencies that have dropped off. Aaron Banks going to the Packers. Javarius Ward to the Colts. Hufangana to the Broncos. Greenlaw to the Broncos. Morin Mitchell to the Chiefs. And Josh Dobbs up my way here in New England.
Now, look at Dre Green. When we talked about Dre Greenlaw yesterday, Denver is giving him a chance. They got a legit Pro Bowler to shore up their defense because their run defense is where they were lacking. Now you get a proven linebacker in Dre Greenlaw.
Yep.
In his 6th year out of Arkansas. Man, I'll tell you what, the Broncos are feasting off that playoff experience because now you got players that want to go play for them.
Yeah. That is definitely huge when it comes down to it because I think Denver is going to be a relatively decent fit for Greenlaw.
Only reason I hate losing Greenlaw is because he was part of the heart and soul of that 49er defense.
Yeah.
And it's a very recognizable name. Very big name. But you have to look at how this past season played out. He didn't get active until very late in the year. And even after a few plays, they had to shut him back down. Now he's got the full off season. He's got he's got all the way until the summer, until training camp to figure out Denver's new system. And I just got some breaking news here, so hit the button.
Okay, give me just one. I was actually looking over the New England stuff, and good Lord, New England's even loading up.
Yeah.
But
and the Niners are about to load up.
Breaking news? Here we go.
Former Falcons safety Richie Grant is leaving Atlanta and is joining my San Francisco 49ers. Announced just now.
Ooh.
And this is according to Mark Raimondi. He tweets as follows, quote, former Falcons safety Richie Grant on his way to the San Francisco 49ers, and it's per Jeremy Fowler of ESPN.
Ooh, Fowler letting that bomb loose. That's going to be huge. Wow.
So they lose Ward, but gain Richie Grant. Whoo, baby.
And Grant is evil.
Richie Grant is basically Shavarius Ward.
Yeah, just a little bit quicker and a little bit nastier.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to play the area vacated by Moody Ward. All right, folks, don't count the 49ers out yet.
Like I said a minute ago, I'm looking through what New England has done over here.
Mm-hmm.
And we have basically been signing defense.
Yeah.
I mean, we retained Austin Hooper, but some of the guys we picked up, defensive tackle Milton Williams, 4 years, 104.
Mm-hmm.
Carlton Davis, a corner, 3 years, 60. Edge rusher Harold Landry, 3 years, 43 and a half. Linebacker Robert Spillane, 3 years, 37. Yeah, we got offensive tackle Morgan Moses, 3 years, 24. We just signed Mac Hollins,
Yep.
former wideout for Buffalo, 2 years, 8.4, but that could go up to over 10.
Mm-hmm.
As we mentioned, signed Josh Dobbs, 2 years, 8. And we got defensive tackle Chris Tonga, 1 year, 2.7. New England's bolstering defense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
which tells me the draft is going to be more offensive for New England this year.
I feel the same way for San Francisco because they're not done making moves. Nobody's done. Put it all the way out there. Nobody's done making moves.
No, and you guys retain Patrick Taylor and then end up signing Luke Farrell for 3 years, 20 and a quarter.
There's our backup tight end. Because Eric Sauber didn't work out the way that we had hoped.
Yeah.
See, even Pumpkin didn't like that deal. You don't like that deal, do you?
I'll tell you who's not going to like a deal is when Pittsburgh ends up announcing they signed Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, I think that's inevitable.
That's actually supposed to be coming tomorrow. That's basically stone.
Oh. Oh boy.
Now what?
Oh, Aaron Rodgers signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers, which means Chiseled Adonis ain't going to be happy, which means Irritating Tree's not going to be happy.
Which means there's going to be a whole lot of this from Pittsburgh fans tomorrow.
Well, good luck with that, Pittsburgh. That's all I got to say.
And the only reason is Aaron Rodgers wants to play for a couple more seasons, and it was between Pittsburgh and the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like he's rather go to Pittsburgh. It's not like Pittsburgh has done that much else from what I've been looking at either.
No, they haven't. They haven't.
I mean, outside of the trade for Metcalf, they've re-signed Malik. Yeah, that's not going to work out well. They re-signed Malik Harrison, Donald Parham, and Ryan McCollum. That's it.
Yeah, who? That's all I got to say. And plus, back to San Francisco for just a moment. You know who they could sign to help bolster their defense? Last name Bosa.
He's still in the hunt to go there.
He's very much keen on the idea of joining Nick with the 49ers. Now, if we get the Joey Bosa before he signed his contract extension with San Diego, and we get a hungry Joey Bosa, which I think will happen, which gives him a fresh change of scenery. All it takes for a player to be revived is a change of scenery. It can take as a change of scenery. That's it.
Easily.
All it can take is a change of scenery, and you'll see the best come out of a player. I think that'll happen for Greenlaw. I think that'll happen for Moody Ward. I think that'll happen for Aaron Banks, where did Aaron Banks go? Green Bay?
Let me take a look. I've got literally all the moves right here in front of me. Yeah, Aaron Banks went Green Bay, 4 years, $77 million.
Well, we had to let go of Laken Tomlinson. We haven't heard much from him since. Look, folks, the NFL is a business. Pure and simple. And competing teams are in the business of building championship teams. Philadelphia, hello.
They put in a $41 million extension on Barkley's contract. Extra 2 years.
Extra 2 years. Mm-hmm.
And that's not the only running back that seems to have done something. Vic's going to be happy to hear about this. Javonte Williams has gone to Dallas. 1 year, $3 million.
1 year.
I mean, it's better than what they've got now.
True, but 1 year. They got to get some linemen that'll open the holes for the running game.
Well, yeah, because who they've re-signed is basically all doggone defense.
Mm-hmm.
They re-signed Marquise Bell, 3 years, $12 million. Trent Sieg, 3 years, $4.45, and CJ Godwin, 1 year, just under 1.5. Plus that defensive tackle Osa for 4 year, $80 million.
Better Osa than Uso, I guess. Let's take a break. We come back. We'll talk more free agency moves.
Better Osa than Uso.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it. All right, more free agency moves as we steam toward the bottom of the hour. We're in the bottom of the hour. What the hell am I talking about? I'm still not awake. Snowman in the morning, back in the flash.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, I'm supposed to know all that stuff, but half of me doesn't.
Don't feel bad.
Al High joining us from Kansas City says, "What's up, Snowman? What's up, Al? Check out Casual Highlights, spelled HYGHLIGHTS, for all of the fun. And today is Deb Whitkus's birthday. Happy birthday, Deb. We salute you on your birthday."
We'll see you soon, and I can't wait to be on to talk a little bit of draft coverage.
Mm-hmm. She says she will join us. But at the time I made the request, then I got socked with the flu.
Yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm. She texted me and said, "I didn't hear from you," and it worried me a little bit. Like, don't worry. I just got popped upside the head with the flu, which ain't fun.
Nope.
Which ain't fun at all. All right. What's the strangest name you've ever had to announce in your days of being behind the mic?
Oh.
Because you already know a couple of mine.
I've got a few of them. Let's see. Recently, because I was just on the stick for a race last night with the HTL series over on Sim Racing Media. Shut up. We've got a Swadsworth, we've got an Oberstadt, and there's like 2 or 3 others that throw me from time to time.
Oberstadt.
And there's 2 of them.
And there's 2 of them.
Yep.
Well, you already know one of mine. The dreaded and infamous semen sample. You know one of mine.
Yeah.
Okay. The first year that I covered Marquette Catholic women's basketball at Marquette Catholic High in Michigan City, Indiana. The first game, November 2015, we were playing Elkhart Central. And I got the lineup for Marquette.
Oh boy.
I read the lineup. I had my pregame in mind. Start rolling. They introduced the starters, and I had a mic down on the floor to pick up his announcement. Then I came to recap the lineups. I recapped Elkhart Central first. Now, mind you, all the parents from Marquette are sitting right in front of me. I get to this. I think she was a freshman at the time. Her name is Morgan Crook. I don't know what got into me, But out my mouth came, Morgan, I am not a crook.
I am not a crook.
Needless to say, the group in front of me, which I didn't know at the time were their parents, fell out laughing.
I just realized I had another one that throws me from time to time, and I had to call this one quite a bit.
What's
Turns
that?
out it was also the race winner last night, Mark Kissenweather.
Kissenweather. Hi, I'm kissing the weather.
Oh, trust me. The first time I announced the first time I was in the booth for this league, I was like, how the hell am I supposed to work with this? But again, thankfully, being around long enough, it's been getting used to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh. I think I told y'all this one. First year I was working at Ho Chunk in suburban Chicago doing travel baseball. Had this kid named Cody Bacon. Yeah, you know what's coming. I announced him the usual way the first time. He grounded out. Second time, he comes up to the plate and he's settling into the batter's box. And I said, now batting number 12, Cody, it's Bacon. Everybody from Crown Point is laughing.
They did. They did.
They were cracking up. And much to my surprise, Cody ripped a 2-run double.
Nice.
Third time he comes up and it was his final trip of the night. I did it the same way again. He rocks a homer to the opposite field.
He goes 2-run double and then goes Oppo Taco.
Oppo Taco.
Bruh.
He went Oppo Taco.
Bruh.
What's in it? We're going to have a segment called What's in a Name. We got to have that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have that by the end of the week, I have a feeling.
Yeah, we will. We will. Oh, God, I can't believe it. I'm going to do this one. This one's for Victor. I double booked myself one Friday. I thought I split it. I thought I did a day-night split. Thought I booked it that way. Nope. 2 in the day and 1 at night. I'm going, what the hell can I do now? So I call Victor. Victor, you need to help me. What am I doing? Can you go to Harlan and sit in for me and be a PA announcer? Wait, what? I'll give you the details on the way. On the way? And I'll never forget this name he told me. Joanna Heidemann Piper.
Damn.
But I think nothing will top the semen sample.
No.
I had to call Ryan Sample during a football game. I told you, y'all already know the story of how that name is stuck in my head forever. Thanks, Mom.
Yep.
And then 6 years later, did a football game with him. And I'm 9 miles away, and I'm trying to be 9 miles away from laughing every time I go. Sample drops back to pass. And I'm praying that he only throws the ball like 20, 30 times, right? So I can minimize my chance of laughter. Nope.
You couldn't get that lucky if you tried.
I could not get that lucky. Because Ryan Sample, as I mentioned, threw the ball 51 times. What the hell are you doing? And I jokingly asked him, what the hell are you doing throwing the ball 51 times, knowing what I know, sitting up in the booth calling this thing. He's cracking up.
Well, yeah.
His dad's cracking up too. And his dad goes, I guess you know the story by now. I turn beet red and I literally fall down laughing.
Yep.
More broadcast stories later. We're at halftime. Let's take a break. When we come back, a couple more broadcast stories, then we'll dive back into the free agency. But that's what we do here. We also laugh as well as talk sports. We hope you enjoy it as we're enjoying bringing it to you. It's halftime. I need a drink. Snowman in the Morning is back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meet beep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code SNOWMAN, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The second hour of Snowman in the Morning is powered by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Let's go to Seattle. Sam Darnold.
That makes about as much sense as Cleveland trading to get Kenny Pickett.
What?
Cleveland traded to get Kenny Pickett. You want to know what's worse?
What's that?
Obviously, that means Jameis Winston is out.
Yep, Jameis Winston's a goner.
You're not going to like one of the ideas for the landing spots.
Frisco?
How you guys set for crab legs out there?
Well, we got our guy behind center to start. Some of the cuts I know that we made are necessary because we have to pay Brock Purdy. Period, point blank, end of story. We got to clear some room. But don't fall for the crab legs, John Lynch. If nothing else, crab legs is a backup. Period, point blank, end of story. We got our guy.
Yeah, unfortunately, word around a lot of places, it's San Francisco and San Diego that are looking at him.
Dear Chargers, take him away from us, please. Just take him away from us, please.
But yeah, I'm not kidding. Cleveland traded to get Kenny Pickett.
Now, does that jettison Jameis Winston?
It does, because obviously Deshaun Watson's not going to do crap.
Why did I just say James? You just said crab
Yeah.
legs.
Crab legs is headed out.
The question should have been, are they going to jettison Deshaun Watson? That's what the question should have been.
Unfortunately, I don't think so, because they're buried in his contract deeper than when The Undertaker buried Austin.
Hey, you leave my Austin alone, even though it was fun watching those two work with each other.
What?
Yeah, huh? All right. What is the Sam Darnold? This is how we started this segment. Sam Darnold to Seattle. And now they're minus DK Metcalf. And I believe they're minus Tyler Lockett.
I believe so as well. I'm looking here. The only people they've retained is Ernest Jones and Jaron Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Sam Darnold, Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So Boyle joins us. Says good morning from Reno. Good morning to T.O. Replay of this will be on Zebo TV little after the top of the next hour.
Vic, here's a scenario that'll make Snowman say I quit. They send Brock to Dallas.
I quit. I'd throw this headset down, turn everything off in the studio, and walk away.
But why would
by the way, Victor, for that joke, a whole lot of you.
That joke. You know what? That joke deserves a little bit of this.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
That's because you're not involved, Tam. Shut up. Now, the interesting thing is Minnesota could have retained him, could have retained Darnold, but let him walk.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they re-signed Byron Murphy for a 3-year deal for 66. They re-signed Aaron Jones 2 years for 20.
Yeah.
Ryan Kelly, their center, 2 years, 18. Their corner Isaiah Rodgers, 2 years, 15. Safety Theo Jackson, 2 years, just over 12 and a half. And they even re-signed their punter for just under $2 million for a year.
Right.
But why are you letting go a quarterback of Darnold's capability?
Victor says, my face hurts, and dog, you're under arrest.
The hell I do?
Don't give me that what the hell I do business.
I mean, it's not like I'm any of these clowns.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
I'm just saying.
Or any of these clowns.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
You know, since we're talking free agency, what is a good landing spot do you think for Cooper Kupp? I got my greedy spot, but I'll say something logical for once. Terrorist auditory mutilation, aka TAM. Where does Cooper Kupp land?
I see him getting re-signed.
You see Cooper going back to the Rams?
I can see him getting re-signed, yeah.
I could see him going to Northern California.
Well, that's because you're damn greedy.
No, it's because we need a slot. Bad. I mean, yeah, that's greedy, and yeah, Cooper Cup has always destroyed us statistically.
Well, now that I'm looking at what
Victor agrees with you. Cooper stays put. I'm inclined to believe that as well. That Cooper will stay with the Rams. They'll just bring him back at a cheaper rate.
Yeah, because signed Devontae for 2-year 46, and they ended up restructuring Stafford's contract and signed Jimmy G for 1 year and 11.
If they can do that with Cooper Cup, then I think Frisco will do that with Juszczyk.
Yeah. What if Cooper goes to Green Bay? Oh.
Then I won't hear Trey Larkins' end of it.
Cooper Cup going to Green Bay.
You're fired. Exactly. Exactly. I don't know. If the Niners don't target Cooper Cup, they could target Tyler Lockett.
They could, yeah.
Or they find a receiver
in the draft,
and it would be late.
Yeah, and usually there are some semi-decent wides late in the first round.
Right. But they're
it's not unheard of.
They're picking 11th.
Okay, so they're just outside the top 10. That means there's going to be somebody solid at the top of the chart.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not often wides go inside the top 10 unless it's a huge name.
Right.
Like that one out in Colorado that everyone wants.
Oh yeah, that kid.
That kid. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse, the fan base around that kid or dealing with conversations with these idiots.
Oh God. None of that, please. I'm looking at the top 7 receivers that are available. 4 of these 6 I'm very familiar with. Of course, we all know Travis Hunter.
Yep.
Tatara McMillan from Arizona. 6'4", 219. Here's a game breaker. Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. 6'1", 202.
Egbuka had a decent season.
Egbuka is a game breaker. If you get him in the right situation, he's going to be a showstopper.
Yeah, he's more of a WR2 than he is a WR3. But even then, that's more of a WR 1.5 when it comes to him.
Imagine Egbuka, 6'1", 202 in red and gold.
Greedy.
You got Luther Burden out of Missouri, and Droids talked about him, 6 foot 206.
Yeah, dude's got some speed to him.
And here is my most likely target for San Francisco. Jaden Higgins, 6'4", 214 out of Iowa State. Solid.
He was very. I remember watching him in their bowl game with Texas. He was good that game.
Yep. Then you got Trey Harris, 6'2.5", 205 out of Ole Miss. And here's another under the radar pick for my 49ers. You go 20 minutes to Palo Alto and you'll find Alec Iomanner out of Stanford.
I could see them going after him just because he's homegrown.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'd probably be the bigger pick than any of the rest of them. I think he'll be the one that'll end up going.
Yeah. It'll be either him or Jaden Higgins.
Yes.
Out of Iowa State. Those between, and I'll put Trey Harris in the bunch also out of Mississippi.
Yeah.
Because they're familiar ties with the SEC. Ricky Pearsall, out of Florida. Alec Iomanner, who's up the road at Stanford, so he can stay home. And the big boy, Jaden Higgins, out of Iowa State.
Yeah.
But it'll be a toss-up between those three and also, just as a tryout, Tez Johnson out of Oregon.
That would be very intriguing if they go after him.
It would be intriguing. It would be intriguing. Let's look at some edge rushers and I'm thinking in terms of not just my team, but what other teams need. Think in terms of your team, folks. Who do you think, what do you think is the biggest need for your team? Hell, that's our question of the day. Throw the question of the day up there. That's our question. That's our question of the day. The question of the day is, what is the biggest pressing need for your team?
Of course, question of the day brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code Snowman for $20 off your first purchase. Only from the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan. I don't have any of these reads. Just remember this crap.
You know what? With the departure of Dre Greenlaw,
you guys need somebody in the middle.
Yep, and I'm looking at Jalen Walker out of Georgia.
Ooh, that big boy.
I'm looking at Jalen Walker out of Georgia. Shamar Stewart, Texas A&M, an edge rusher. J.J. Pierce, James Pierce Jr., 6'5", 245, an edge rusher out of Tennessee. Little undersized,
but he gets away with a lot of speed. I mean, that's the big thing is he might be a little on the smaller side for a line, but the boy is quick. If he can get 2 steps on you, you're fried.
Speaking of speed, you know who the 49ers are targeting?
Try me.
My wife's not going to be happy with this, but think about how this will fit in the Niners scheme, especially with Robert Saleh back as defensive coordinator. E.J. Speed, released from Indianapolis.
Ooh. That could get dirty. That could get very dirty.
E.J. Speed. Released by the Colts.
I mean, it would make sense.
It would make sense. It would make sense. And the other thing for Greenlaw, the Niners just couldn't pay him. They're in cap hell right now. But that doesn't mean they can't go out and look for great free agents. E.J. Speed, I'm listening to David Lombardi's podcast last night. Shout to David Lombardi. E.J. Speed is a target for the 49ers.
Thomas in the chat saying the Eagles need a middle linebacker and youth on defense in general.
I think that's what Philadelphia needs, even coming off of a Super Bowl. That's what the 49ers need. They got to get younger and they got to get quicker.
Yeah, and I mean, let's be real. The only reason Philadelphia flat out won the Super Bowl was the fact they just stomped on Kansas City to open it up.
Yep.
Once Kansas City got rolling, Patrick was able to carve up 2.5 quarters for Mahomes to get going. So Philly does need somebody up the gut to kind of help out.
Yeah, so do the 49ers because we got gashed in the middle.
Yeah.
And that began in last year's NFC Championship game. And 2 years ago, I beg your pardon. That began in our championship game against the Lions when the Lions were gashing us up the middle. And then last year, you saw the end result of us not having our together.
Yeah.
Defensively. But this is March, folks. This is March. The moves are just getting started with the new league season beginning tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 4:00.
Tomorrow, I will dive deep during the show about all the moves that the 49ers are making. That's all tomorrow. Take a break. We come back, we'll hop back into basketball. College basketball, that is. We'll look at the new top 25s on both sides, men's and women's side of the ledger, and we'll give you our broadcast schedule. I have some open dates, but I'm saving them for the tournaments. I'll explain when y'all get back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Man, oh man, the free agency movement is crazy.
That it is.
Javon Hargrave, formerly of the 49ers, they released him, Niners did, is close to signing with the Minnesota Vikings.
That's intriguing.
Former Colts offensive lineman Will Freeze is headed to Minnesota. on a 5-year, $88 million deal. 26-year-old spent the first 4 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts. Nice. And go get it, Will, which now means the Colts need to work on their offensive line.
Yeah.
Here's one. After, I think we talked about this one, spending the first 8 seasons of his NFL career with the Washington Redskins, 30-year-old Jonathan Allen is moving to the Vikings. 3 years, $60 million. That's kind of iffy for me with a 30-year-old.
Yeah, injury could end up plaguing, especially with it being O-line.
Yeah. The O-line and the D-line both take a beating. They take a beating throughout the game because it seems like it looks like short bursts, but imagine that short burst coming at you at 100 miles an hour.
It's like Braun Breaker hitting the ropes at 23 and spearing you.
Mm-hmm. Milton Williams is headed to the Patriots.
Yep.
What does that do for your team and their defensive line?
Well, that's the big thing is, as we were talking about earlier, it seems like most of the moves have been made for a defensive line, which is, where Vrabel ends up getting his money from. Because Vrabel was D-line. So if that's one thing he knows, it's how to build a defense.
Josh Sweat is headed to Arizona on a 4-year, $76.4 million deal. And Victor gave me this one last night before we move on to college hoops. The Jets are signing Justin Fields.
What?
Justin Fields.
What?
Justin Fields.
What?
Ohio State.
What?
Former first-round pick of the Bears.
What?
Rode the bench last year in Pittsburgh.
What?
Probably going to ride the bench this year with the Jets.
What?
But Justin Fields.
How is Justin Fields an upgrade over Aaron Rodgers?
I don't know. To college hoops we go, and the new men's top 25. I'll start with the AP, I believe I got in front of me. Yeah, the AP coaches poll. 25 through 21 go Marquette, Illinois, Oregon, Michigan, and Missouri. 20 through 16 goes Purdue, St. Mary's, Wisconsin, BYU, and Memphis. 15 through 11 go Kentucky. Where am I at? Kentucky, Texas A&M, Louisville, Iowa State, who's down another 2 spots, and Maryland. Remember, Iowa State was in the top 10 less than 2 weeks ago. To the top 10 we go. At 10 is Clemson. 9 is Texas Tech, their first entry into the top 25. Michigan State is at 8. They move up a spot. St. John's climbs into the top 10. Michigan State is at 7. They move up a spot, as I said. St. John's at 6 at 27-4. Alabama at 5 at 24-7. Florida at 4. Auburn 3. Houston at 2. And the number 1 team in the country, that should be no surprise to anyone on the men's poll, the Duke Blue Devils.
No surprise.
Mm-mm.
And I mean, the interesting thing is, looking at that, those 4 are currently your top 4 in the brackets.
Yep. Duke, Houston, Auburn, and Florida.
Yeah.
Now, one of these 2, Auburn and Florida, is going to drop because they both play in the SEC tournament, which could give Alabama a chance to climb, could give Tennessee, who dropped 4 spots to 8, a chance to climb. And who else from the SEC? Kentucky's down at 15. I don't know if they'll be able to jump everybody, but you got Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, all within 8 spots of each other. or within 5 spots of each other. And they all play in the SEC tournament. So we could see only one of those 4 top 10 SEC teams in the top 4 in the race for the number 1 seed.
Yeah, because right now the 2 ones that I'm looking at are Auburn and Florida.
Mhm.
Auburn's got the South and Florida's got the West.
I wouldn't be surprised if Florida does go out west. Wouldn't be surprised if they do go out west. I'm looking at this top 10, and the wild card for me is Clemson.
That could get intriguing sitting in the 10 hole.
Mm-hmm. The wild card in this top 10 for me is Clemson. Because you see that they're 26-5, and yet no one has heard about them this year or talked about them.
That's the thing. It's those teams that sneak under the radar
Mm-hmm.
that you have to worry about come this time of year.
And I love those kind of teams.
And let's not forget, Selection Sunday
is this Sunday.
Yeah.
And guess what we're going to do?
Oh, dear God, it's a good thing I'm not in the broadcast booth on
You
Sunday.
better not be in the broadcast booth on Sunday, because we're going to cover Selection Sunday. Both of them.
How'd I know this was coming?
What? Why are you shaking your head at me?
Because I knew for a fact that this would end up coming, and I'm glad my schedule is Monday and Saturday nights.
Yeah.
This
is going to be crazy.
I mean, these brackets are going to get shook up because here's the thing. Ohio State has dropped in the bracket to a 12 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Which means they have to play their way in, and they got to take on currently Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Which means whoever gets that gets Arizona.
Yikes.
Yeah, here's as I'm looking at this, the last 4 buys, currently speaking, are Utah State, Arkansas, Baylor, and San Diego State.
Oh, wow.
The last 4 in, wait for this, Oklahoma,
Mm-hmm.
Xavier, and Ohio State.
Who's that second team?
Indiana.
Indiana's too inconsistent for me. But you never know.
Get this for the first 4 teams out.
Hit me.
Boise State,
Mm-hmm.
North Carolina, Texas, and Colorado State.
I don't think North Carolina will get in.
Are we actually going to see a March Madness without the Tar Heels?
I believe we are. Because the inconsistency, once again, the inconsistency hurts them.
True.
The inconsistency hurts them. The only way North Carolina, I'm speaking way, 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 way from the outside. I haven't been in the Tobacco Road part of college basketball for a couple years now. But believe me, next year, when I get fully healthy, I'm going knee deep in every sport I cover. This year, I can honestly say I'm just scratching the surface. Especially with how I'm going to do it next year, the way I did it back in the day in LaPorte. And as I said, dog knows about those days.
Yep.
The only way North Carolina gets in the tournament is if they did what North Carolina State did last year.
Run the table.
Run the table.
I was going to do one better and say win the ACC tournament.
Mm-hmm. Run the table. Win the ACC tournament and run the table. You finish the regular season, and then now with the tournament being here, with the ACC tournament being here in Greensboro, run the table. They have to win 5. For me, they got to win 5 to get the tournament.
Well, here's the thing. They're in the tournament for the ACC starts tomorrow. And they're ranked 5th in the tournament.
You know I'm looking at that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm looking at that, right?
I know. 2:30 tomorrow, they got their game.
Mm-hmm. And I just got me a few extra weapons.
You and your weapons.
Hey, you know most of them.
I do. Like I said, you and your weapons.
What?
I know how this is going to go.
Okay, smart ass. How's it going to go?
I'm going to get a text message at some point. Get in here. We got a game.
No, I can't deny that. I cannot deny that. Strange things are going to happen. That's why when I was doing my schedule for my 100-day play-by-play challenge, I left the NCAA dates open. Those are going to get filled last minute. And I'm telling you all that right now. Those are going to get filled last minute when both the brackets come out. Speaking of brackets, let's take a break and we come back. We'll wrap this up with the women's bracket. Who do you think is going where? And I'll reveal the women's top 25. Next.
Yeah, go ahead. Truck, where are you? There you are.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do two circles, and that translates to, I can be the black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
More of this. Solomon Thomas, former 49er and now former Jet, is on his way to Dallas. He's signing a 2-year deal with a max value of $8 million. So Solomon Thomas goes home to Texas. And also just announced the Eagles are trading C.J. Gardner-Johnson to Houston in exchange for guard Kenyon Green. The Eagles will receive a 2026 fifth-round pick, and the Texans get a 2026 sixth-round pick.
Well,
the frenzy continues.
You're not wrong there.
The frenzy continues. Phew.
Pretty much.
Just phew. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's go to women's basketball. 25 through 21 go Ole Miss, South Dakota State, Florida State, Creighton before they got beat last night, and Alabama. 20 through 16 goes Tennessee, Kansas State, Maryland, Oklahoma State, and at 16 is West Virginia. Ohio State at 15, Baylor 14, Kentucky 13, North Carolina 12. At least one North Carolina team has sealed their spot in the tournament. 11, Oklahoma, and then your top 10. At 10 is LSU, NC State at 9, Notre Dame at 8, and I'll talk about those two teams in just a moment. TCU 7, they blew away the competition in the Big 12. Texas at 6, they got drilled by South Carolina in the SEC final. Oh, wait a minute, Duke is at 7, the ACC champs, and I'll have Chris Edwards, the voice of the Duke Blue Devils women's basketball team, on here sometime tomorrow. At 6 is TCU. As I mentioned, they're blowing through the Big 12 tournament. At 5 is Texas, USC 4, UConn 3, South Carolina 2, and the new number 1 team in women's basketball, UCLA. And UCLA claimed that top spot after beating USC for the Big Ten women's tournament title.
Yeah. That's really not a surprising top 10, to be honest.
Mm-mm.
I mean, to see UCLA and South Carolina both jump 3, that's not surprising to me.
Not to me at all. The way they've been playing all year, UConn holding steady at 3, and I still got UConn winning it all.
I will say the interesting thing is you would think it'd be the top 4 in this as your top 4 in the brackets, but turns out not so much.
Top 4 in the brackets?
South Carolina is so far your overall number 1. UCLA is going to take Region 2. Region 3 in Spokane is USC. Region 4, Birmingham, Texas.
That's not surprising to me. That's not surprising to me. Even though Texas got drilled by South Carolina in the SEC tournament final, Texas and South Carolina both deserve 1 seeds.
And by the way, UConn has currently flipped to Region 4, 2nd seed. So they're at the bottom of the bracket.
Who's at the top of that bracket?
Texas. Which means UConn would have to run through either Louisville or Oregon because they're the 7-10. West Virginia, Columbia, Kentucky, or Liberty. And then Texas would have to run through either Illinois or Richmond, and then Maryland, Florida, Gulf Coast, North Carolina is sitting at a 4, and Ball State.
UConn, Texas for the regional championship. UConn, Texas.
Damn.
At the end of the month, March 30th and 31st are the women's Elite 8.
Damn. By the way, you want to know a very interesting thing when it comes down to Region 2?
Talk to me.
The 1 seed with UCLA, their games are going to be played in Los Angeles.
Oh, Lord. They don't have to go far.
And the 2 seed in the same bracket is Notre Dame, and their games are in South Bend.
Oh, that's not fair. Oh, that's not fair. They get Purcell Pavilion and the Leprechaun Legion. Because anyone who hasn't watched, I should say, the women's basketball, NCAA basketball tournament, they always the top teams, the higher seed teams, always host the first round games.
Yep. Notre Dame at home is going to be wild.
They get Purcell Pavilion and a full 11,000 for the Leprechaun Legion.
Yep. And taking a look at things, NC State is playing in Raleigh in the 2 seed in Region 3.
Oh, brother.
And what makes it worse is the 1 seed being USC, Los Angeles. So you're going to have UCLA and USC both playing in LA.
So UCLA gets to host at Pauley Pavilion. USC gets to host at the Galen Center.
Yep. Youch.
Uh-huh.
And that means, of course, UConn gets their games at home as well. In stores.
In stores. Oh, my gosh.
Can you imagine
those 2 games will be the last time that crowd will get to see Paige Beckers?
Yep.
Because Beckers is coming out.
Yeah.
Beckers is coming out.
Yeah, she is. She's going to be drafted.
And she's going to the Dallas Wings.
That would not surprise me in the slightest.
No. She's going to be the top pick.
Yeah.
Now, let's see if Paige Beckers gets the same amount of attention that Caitlin Clark did. I say she will.
I think she's going to get a decent amount, but I don't know if it's going to be on the same level.
Point. Very good point.
I mean, Caitlin came in, almost on a Jordan level of attention.
Mm-hmm.
Paige is going to be coming in more along the lines of like the draft class of 2003.
Wow. That's high praise.
I mean, look at what she's done with UConn.
Mm-hmm.
She deserves it.
Absolutely. Absolutely, she does. Paige Beckers versus Caitlin Clark.
Those would be interesting games.
Must see TV. All right, let me touch on one more thing before we get out of here.
Mm.
And I hate bringing her name up, but Angel Reese.
Dear God, what the hell are we doing talking about her?
Someone brought this to my attention, and I figured I'd speak on it.
The fact that this whole 3-on-3 experiment with her is failing miserably.
Yeah, because she hasn't gotten better.
No, she hasn't. That's the thing. I've caught some of the games with Angel actually playing, and she's almost regressed.
Mm-hmm. She has.
Her jump shot is non-existent right now.
She never had one.
Well, she's been trying to find it. Well, I hate to tell you something. You're going to need a magnifying glass to keep it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has zip for a jumper right now.
Not a thing.
I mean, she's been trying to develop it, and I mean, she's been doing the fundamental to get it. It just isn't there.
And she doesn't trust it either.
No. I mean, yes,
It's not
banging her.
It's not trusted.
You know, banging into the post is one thing, but every good center in the NBA, whenever you watch them, always had a fallback jump shot.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you play the post like Angel does.
Yeah, and Angel just doesn't have that mid-range shot.
Mm-hmm.
She's either come up short or it's bricked off the back iron.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hasn't gotten that development.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't have it in college.
I'll tell you something else. Michael Jordan never had a good jumper in college, but what did he do to make himself a good jump shooter?
Work ethic. Angel Reese doesn't have the work ethic. None of the kids, I scratch that. Most of the kids nowadays don't have the work ethic.
They have the talent, but they won't put in the work to perfect it.
No, they won't. And it's the ones that are willing to do it, i.e. Caitlin Clark, i.e. Paige Beckers,
i.e. Lisa Leslie, i.e. Cynthia Cooper, i.e. Cheryl frickin' Miller.
Those are the ones that will define your team. And this is why Angel Reese has been having the problems she has.
And it's sad to see that.
It is, because we covered some of her games.
Yes, we have.
And she has all of that potential. She's got the post game. She just doesn't have the jumper to back it up.
We covered her regional championship last year when Caitlin Clark got even with LSU. Now, I will give all the flowers in the world to Angel Reese for this. She played a gutty game with a knee injury. And folks, we tracked it. It was a very significant knee injury.
Yes.
Very significant. And she hung in there. 17 points, 22 rebounds. She hung in there. And then in a press conference during her rookie year, she said she doesn't mind playing the villain for the league. Angel, I hate to tell you this, but yeah, you're good as a villain, but your game isn't.
I was about to say, she doesn't have the skill set to be the villain yet.
And she's asking for more money, or she threatens to sit out. Angel, shut up. Just shut up.
You want more money, keep being an influencer on social media.
And that's about what she's going to become if she's not careful.
Earn the paycheck. Put in the work to get paid if you think you deserve to get paid.
If you think and we coach each other on this all the time. Shane and I have coached each other since we've been friends. And thank you to the Dark Knight, LaShawn Encarnacion, for introducing us. Shane always told me, and I always told him, Make your work ethic your business.
Yeah.
And then my wife comes along many years later and teaches me this lesson. Treat your show and your work from home setup like it's your business.
Yep.
In other words, these two have told me, and I continue to tell them, to handle their business. That's it, and that's all.
Exactly.
That's it, and that's all. Tonight, NHL hockey. The Edmonton Oilers will take on the Buffalo Sabres. And I promised I'd do a hockey broadcast. I've been wanting to do it. I'm going to get back in the booth for it tonight. 6:30, your pregame. 7 o'clock, your face-off. Tomorrow, it's a wacky Women's Wednesday, and we'll dive more into women's sports. Till then, have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope you all are too. Big West Women's Tournament coming starting Wednesday. So long, everybody. The bronze sexual bullshit is tomorrow. Bye.